Good morning, guys. Mark Angelo here. Another reflective video. Today I want to discuss the reason we are in the predicament that we are in. I truly believe that it's the behavior of our inner ego, the need and want of power and materialistic goods. We put money in front of people's lives and well-being. We put our needs in front of the needs of others. And this has created what we see before us. A species that will stop at nothing to be right, to have gains and profits, and forget that what really matters above everything else is the well-being of each other, love, peace, and harmony. And most of all, health. Without any of that, no money in the world will do you any good. No power in the world will serve you. We have to remember, we can't take it with us when we go. Everything that we strive for in life, or most people anyway, has to have an outcome of benefit for them. Most people won't do anything unless there's some sort of reward. We're taught this from a very young age, which is the worst thing any parent could do to a child. Bribe them into doing things, reward them when they do good. Because in life, there is no rhyme or reason. We live, we grow, we evolve. Now, let me put a disclaimer here for those that are watching. This is my opinion. This is my belief. If it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, great too. There are individuals that, due to childhood trauma, have developed certain behaviors that pretty much go against the natural norm of life. We tend to call those people narcissists. And although people throw that word around with very little understanding, there's narcissistic personality type, narcissistic behavior, and narcissistic, the actual diagnosis. And there are some narcissists that are very dangerous and like to point fingers at others and call them narcissists. But I digress. These behaviors stem from childhood trauma. Could be given too much or given too little. A parent that's overbearing, a parent that's abusive verbally, physically, emotionally. Being raised in a very strict environment, religious environment could be one of those environments, and so forth and so on. So, these individuals usually want a position of power, whether it be a CEO in a company, a leader of a country, so forth and so on, and we are seeing this play out. So, a lot of people that resonate with the leader tend to have that same type of behavior. They resonate with their likeness. I'm not going to put blame on anyone, because in actuality, one needs to feel sorry for these individuals because they are very hurt. They need to always be right. They need to command and demand power from others. Have the power over others. And we're seeing this shape the reality of the world that we're living in, which is very dangerous. Because we are putting money in front of health. We're creating all sorts of conspiracies behind this, which is very dangerous because it stops people from really thinking and they go into this mind of flight or fight and start thinking of all sorts of fantasies. We've all been guilty of that. I myself have been guilty of thinking at one point conspiratorial thoughts. And albeit there might be certain things going on, but putting so much emphasis on that and just living life based on that can be very destructive and take away your ease, take away your peace, take away your balance. That helps no one because there's a vicious cycle. If we stop living our life based on what we gather and what we collect and how much we have, or trying to take away from others, which is the pattern. The colonizers came in, discovered this country, which had habitats, people living on it. No one discovered anything. And then decided, because they felt superior from the melanin people, from the indigenous, from the natives, that they were going to take away what did not belong to the colonizers. It belonged to the natives. They were living here. They had their ways. They had their spirituality. But oh no, the colonizers had to force their belief system, force their ways upon the indigenous, make them slaves, take away from them, hurt them, murder them. And the rest is history. We know how it goes. People are ignorant to this fact. They close their eyes and they don't want to see what's going on. But we know what's going on. If we have any hope for survival as a species, first of all, we need to become aware of what is actually going on. Politics, religion, finances, all based on egotistical drive led by psychopathic people that are destroying our world. We could have a better world. We don't have to sit there and live on some fantasy of heaven, of some sort of reward that we're going to get from some sort of deity. I believe that the creator of all has no agenda, has no ego, needs no power, and is just energy. Energy that flows. Energy that has a negative and a positive. But mankind has decided to control even that energy, label it, name it, tries to think for it. But yet we have absolutely no real hard facts about anything. All it is speculations. We need to stop thinking we're better than another, that our God is better than another God. We need to stop thinking that the name of the game is how much money you have and collect and how much toys you have while you're here. Because guess what, folks? When it's your time to go, you can't take it with you. All this vanity, all this thrive for beauty, guess what, folks? You get old and wrinkled, and it doesn't matter how much surgery you get on your face, eventually catches up. We need to learn to surrender. We need to learn what really matters. And in my opinion, spiritual growth and evolution of that spirit is what's going to get us where we need to go. Everything else is BS. Everything else turns to dust. Because eventually, you will lose your job. Eventually, things just crumble, degenerate, disappear. It's how life is. Nothing lasts forever except your spirit. And that's energy, which can never be created or destroyed. And that's all that we are. So, everyone's entitled to believe what they want to believe. I can't make you believe the way I believe. They're mine. I'm just expressing here on this reflection video that I tend to like to make every so often when I'm inspired, when I have thoughts that I want to say out loud. But for those of you that are religious, that believe that you're going to be judged, condemned, destroyed if you don't follow the certain deity, remember that that's just the same mentality that most colonizers had. And they had a reason behind it. They were trying to find gold. They were trying to conquer. It's like a virus, conquering constantly, trying to take over the host and destroy it. So let's get a clue here. We could stop all this in an instant. We can make this a better world if we really wanted to. All we have to do is want it. And stop living based on our egos, and stop living based on this whole notion that those with the most toys wins. They don't. Because we all put one pant leg at a time and we all end up back to dust. And that's just facts. Alright guys, I love you, but remember to always love yourselves too. Bye-bye.